Hello there. Nah. So you want to run your first marathon. Why should you run your first marathon? Why run your first marathon? Why run your first marathon? Let me tell you. What's going on, party people? My name is B. Justin Bass. I am your fit friend turned fitness coach and personal trainer. Today, I'll be bringing you 7 things that I learned training for my first marathon. And I will be bringing you questions and my answers from a couple of my friends that were interested in it. So, let's go. The first thing I always get, so B, how was the marathon? How was it? It is like the first time you go on spring break away from your parents and you're at the beach, and maybe you get to the beach and maybe one friend runs off because she sees a bigger blown up slide and she thinks that's where you go, so you lost that friend for the day. Then maybe you're going and you actually you're having fun, you're having a great time. Maybe you go into the ocean, maybe you forget that your phone is in your pocket and now your phone's dead, so you don't have a phone for the weekend, and but you still have a fantastic time. Maybe you have 1 drink, 2 drink, couple of those, and you wake up, your body hurts, but at the end of the day, worth it. But no, it was a fantastic experience, a bunch of learnings, and I'm about to bring you those 7 things that I learned right now. Lesson number 1 is listen to your body. One of the main things that you want to do is make sure you make it to the marathon. Some odd thousands of people sign up for a marathon, and that's all well and good, but there's at least a good 10, 12, 15% of it that don't even get to run because they overtrained. One thing I did, cut some runs short. Is a few miles gonna stop me from achieving my goal of finishing the marathon? That was my goal. I didn't really come in with the time. I was just like, hey, just let me get this done. So with that, is 6 miles really going to be a difference between, I didn't finish that because I wish I ran that extra 400 meters? No. So if your body hurts, just shut it down. It's completely fine. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. I switch to a more low impact. So I either do cycling or I would just plain out walk. It is okay to walk. I don't know why people think you have to run the whole thing. You don't. Again, my goal was just to get it done. It's your first one, just finish it. So what did I do? I walked. I planned to walk. I knew that, hey, if that was the first one, it could get rough. So at the worst case, I'm gonna walk it. Like, I'll just have a walking tour of LA. That doesn't sound too terrible. It may take a couple more hours than I planned on it, but I'm going to finish. I actually skipped my morning workouts to run later. So the goal with that was to prioritize sleep. So again, adjusting your workout to make sure you recover from your previous workout. Feel free to push that workout. It's fine. Or push it to another day. That's completely fine. Typically it's based off a weekly average anyway. So if you mix a rest day with a track day, or a track day with a tempo day, or anything like that, just making sure you get it in a time frame that allows your body to recover as best as possible. Lesson number 2. Do not start too fast. Do not start too fast. Do not start too fast, and do not start too fast. One of the things I learned during my training was, like, you can't run the final miles like you want to unless you run the early miles like you're supposed to. How did I do that? Simple. I walked the first 2 miles. That was one of the things that helped me stay in my zone, and that is one of the things I did during training. Before I even went on any long run, I actually walked for the first mile or 2 while I was doing it. So that was a huge help for me. So when I got there, I was like, hey, I'm gonna stick to the training that I had before. I didn't get to walk before I got here, so I'm here now. Let me go ahead and walk. Lesson number 3 is you learn how to show up for yourself. What does showing up for yourself mean? It means the same way you support your friends on going about their adventures and achieving their goals, the same way that you need to show up and support yourself. So what you learn as you start to train and you start to go longer is that you're going to have to talk to yourself, and you develop that self-talk, and you learn how to become your own coach. It was a beautiful experience. And me, I love being a hype man. But again, it was one of those things I had to do it for myself. Nobody is going to run those miles for you. Nobody's going to achieve that goal for you except you. And you learn how to appreciate your body. You're going through this amazing feat that many people are scared to do, and you're out there, you're doing it, you're getting it done. Does it hurt? Probably so. Is it too long? Maybe. But again, you're out there achieving amazing accomplishments. So again, show it for yourself. And lesson number 4, the mental strength. Learning, the mental strength. The mental strength was huge. Me, I kind of knew I already had a solid baseline and just where I was at, but also it was still a little fear, like, oh no, am I gonna get halfway into this thing and then just my legs go and I freak out, like, why'd I do this? Yeah, there was still that little there was still a little side of me that was worried about that, but it was so cool to actually get there, go through it. And then once you realize, when everybody starts breaking down, everybody starts hitting the wall, for me it was just like, oh, like, I recognize this is cool, like I kind of want to pick this up. So it was like that kind of switch turned on for me. So for me, it turned out to be a lot more of a physical race than a mental race. If that is something that you are struggling on, hey, start small. Maybe you don't have to start at a marathon. If that seems like way out of your goal, start with something smaller. Start with a 5K. Start with working on your mile time. That also helps train you in the long run for your marathon. So if 26.2 ain't it, start with 1. That's completely fine. You got to start somewhere. Ooh, and lesson number 5, we have nutrition. So for me, what I learned is learning how to feel your body throughout it. I learned that, hey, when your body gets later on into the miles, like, your stomach's going to start to get sensitive, because after running 20 plus miles, technically your body's going through a little bit of trauma and your stomach is going to get sensitive. So for me, trying to scarf down those bars after a while, my stomach was like, yeah, I mean, we gonna get it in because we have to, but if we had something else, it'd be preferable. So from there, I'm switching from the bars and I'm going to GU. So like little packets that you can easily rip open, squeeze, get your nutrition in, and it's easier on my stomach than trying to chew and walk and get that whole granola bar down. So that is definitely one switch I'm making. Number 6, training. What happened to me was doing well, doing good, started to hit that wall around 21. So you start to see everybody slowing down, like, all right, I know the wall's coming, let me relax and just take the wall for what it is. No need to fight it. And get to mile 22, and this whole right butt cheek just like, bro, I'm out, see ya. I don't know what you try to do today, but this ain't it. So training wise with that is definitely, I'm switching more from the longer runs to more strength training. So essentially turning that glute on, making sure it can hold that engagement through majority of my movements. So focusing on the training piece and strength training first, and then adding the cardio after. Think about it, one of the great things that I heard is that running is actually a single leg sport. So essentially shifting all my training more to single leg stuff. So it can be more lunges, more single leg RDLs, focusing on the posterior chain a lot, so hamstring curls, anything like that, getting after these glutes with more lateral movements and whatnot. So, and working on that range of motion and flexibility, those couple well with strength training. So please do not forget those for my people. It is not just running and it's not just lifting. It is mobility, it's flexibility, it's recovery, getting massages, all that. So please do not forget that. So lesson number 7 that I learned, transportation. Coming from a former logistics person, you think I know something about transportation, and I do, but apparently when I got there, acted like I knew nothing about it. Race week, they're gonna send you a packet that has everything you need to function. It's gonna have what time you need to get there, what time everything starts, where everything is. They're gonna send you a map, where you need to park, nutrition, anything like that. They have it in this race packet. They also tell you the address that you might want to put in the GPS to actually get there to race day on time. And also they're going to have shuttles for you. But read it. For me, I looked at it and I was like, oh, they got shuttles? All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm just going to park at the start line. They'll have a shuttle at the finish. I'll shuttle back to the, I'll shuttle back to the start line after I finish. That's no biggie. That'll work. What it actually said is they have pre-race shuttles from the finish line to the start line, meaning you had to park at the finish line, take the shuttle to the start line before you started, and then run. That way your car is waiting for you at the finish line. What did I do? Parked at the start line, ran, thought there was going to be a shuttle. There wasn't. So I want to save you an $80 Uber back to the start line, and yeah, in 45 minutes. So what am I doing different this time? Reading the packet, knowing where I need to park. Simple as that. First question I got is from Vanessa. She asked, did I lose weight while training, or did I lose muscle while training? Answer is yes. So I actually lost a total 1 pound of muscle and a couple pounds of fat, but my fat percentage actually switched. So I lost a pound of muscle, and I think I actually gained 3 pounds of fat. But I'm not mad at that, because that's what the body needs. The best fuel for endurance running actually is fat. So that's essentially my body telling me like, hey, we're adapting to the style of exercise that we need to do to get it done. So essentially my body said, hey, this muscle is not needed. We're probably going to need more fuel fat wise. So definitely not mad at that. So did I lose muscle? Yes, but not to be that guy, I think I got some muscle to lose. And next question is from Mari. She asks, what helped more with endurance, the long stride runs or steady long runs? For me, it was steady long runs. Just being able to work on that cadence a lot more definitely helped me. And next question from my man Brian. When did I get the shoes to break them in? So I actually got my shoes a week before I ran. I know that may seem soon, or you should have ran in them longer, but the shoes I got is actually just an upgraded version of the shoes I had previously and did all my runs in. Also, things with shoes. This is a marathon, so please go for comfort, not for looking good. Skip that. Look good, okay? Find shoes that look good and make your feet feel good. Because if you look good, you play good. If you play good, you feel good. Yeah. Question from Samuel. Did my legs hurt? Bro, is a pig pork? Next question from Aaron. Did I sustain any injuries, and if so, what? No. Injury free, no injuries. Thank the Lord. And the last one from my girl Josie. What was your daily recovery routine? So I'm gonna say number 1, sleep. Theragun, so massage gun, definitely hitting that right after running. Your cool down, so making sure you're either cycling, walking, stretching, doing something right after that run to make sure you're calming your body down after all that stress you just put it through. Nutrition, making sure you're getting the calories in to rebuild that muscle. So sleep, nutrition, Theragun, cool down. Pretty sure I'm missing one, but luckily it's YouTube and you can rewind to make sure you get them all. So there you go. Those are my 7 things that I learned with some bonus answers for you. If you haven't already, please follow me. I'm sure I'll have the link somewhere down here for you, but it is BJustWin at IG. Trying to make this a thing, so if there's any other videos y'all would like to see, please put them down in the comments. It would be appreciated. But outside of that, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Captain out.